What's good, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Great day yesterday also with SPX. I think we nailed a lot of plays. We absolutely nailed this entire downside, especially this part right here. We absolutely nailed it. This is a 4-hour chart that we have, by the way, right? And right now, as you guys can see, this is a 4-hour, by the way, right? And that we are in this zone right here where there's a lot of support and resistance, right? But some levels, the gamma levels that I'll quickly go over, need to understand that 4100 is our volatility trigger, right? If we remain under 4100, I'll bring it here so you guys can see it. 4100, the volatility trigger is pretty up high and we're way below it, right? So in also in negative territory. And 3980 yesterday had a head, and 3975 in fact. There's a lot of adjustments that were going on, right? There are a lot. So that zone actually kind of held. Even today, I would say if 3970 holds, we can probably see higher. All right, but if 3970 breaks, so if 3970 breaks, then obviously we have 3950 and 3925, all right, in play. Now for me, if I do play downside now, I'm just not going to keep chasing it like straight down. If 3970 does not break and we hold it, I'm probably not going to play downside. I'm just going to wait and just relax, right? Because we are going to be in this zone where there's a good possibility we can come and test this resistance, right? That we can come and test this zone, which is another 50, 60, 70 points higher. Okay, so if we look at the overnight move on SPX USD, is trying to stay above 4,000, right? So if we open like this, we're probably going to open near 4,000, as you can see right here, right? We had a nice little surge after hours, in the morning and night, and now we're just around 4,000. So let's see what happens, right? And then also to keep in mind the rates. Let's just go over the daily chart of the macro and the other charts that are important but most people don't look at. US 10-year rates, they're holding steady here. Let's see if it spikes higher. If it spikes higher, that's probably going to put some pressure on equity, so it's something that you need to watch along with it, right? Because a business cycle is a little changing. There will be some correlation which was not there before but will now be there in the coming 1 month or so. Okay, DXY is just bull flagging. I think if this breaks out higher, then there's a good chance we break 3970 and go towards 3925 on SPX, right? So keep an eye on the DXY if it breaks higher. Euro USD is just at parity right now, and a little bear flag obviously. If the dollar is at a bull flag, if dollar breaks up, this likely obviously breaks down, right? So keep an eye on these charts because they will help. Bitcoin USDT, on the daily, it's just trying to hold right here. Another bear flag in the making. I think if it takes the lows of this 30th August, which is yesterday, we probably flush higher all the way towards that. There's not much support. This is actually technically this is the last support that it has. This is the last support from the last drop. After this, the move is all the way towards 11. From my previous calculation, the move is all the way towards 11,000, all the way to here. That's another $8,000 drop on Bitcoin, right? Nothing in between. Some people have 17 as a level also, which is fine, but I think we have a long way if we break this support. Okay, so if we hold this, yes, we can reverse back up, but Bitcoin is extremely weak. It's very weak compared to the indices, right? Ethereum is actually a little stronger, I believe, which is still holding higher. So if Ethereum does come lower and we break the low of the year, maybe in sometime in the future I might buy this if it comes to low digits, triple digits, right? So much lower obviously. Tesla after the split, it's not been these moves would have been great before the split, right? We definitely would have played it, and now we're basically here at 277, which happens to be under 700 before the split, right? Or I think it's at 700. It's actually, yeah, it's above 700, so roughly on the 700 zone. Okay, and now let's see what happens, and do we hold this support or do we come much lower? Well, personally I think we come much lower in the coming months, but for now let's see day to day. And NDX for tech also just holding their support, right? And let's see what happens. I think as long as we hold under 12,500 is the number. As long as we hold under 12,500, I think we should be Gucci. We should be good, right? I think as long as we hold under 12,500. But do we expect a bounce, or maybe we gotta get a continuation? Who knows, right? Sometimes when there's negative gamma and they want to flush the market, they just keep going down without any rip. Okay, something like this. So let's see if something like this actually happens here, and which is absolutely possible. Stay open-minded. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'll be very careful if we hold above 3970. Okay, TLT bonds are just holding for now. Let's see which direction they pick in the coming months, and my bias is to the upside for TLT. But again, let's see. These are the treasury bonds, and just look into it, read into them. The yield bonds are weak, obviously, and if more outflows come out of these, then there's a good chance that tech flushes lower as well. All right, and so make sure you guys are watching these and understand them, learn about them. You know their impact on the markets, JNK, HYG, and a little different from TLT, obviously. And what else do we have? What else do we have? VIX, just holding, also bull flagging. Let's see what happens.